Okay, I can actually record now. I've seen this recent trend of people playing Minecraft while they talk about their life experiences and troubles and stuff. And I felt the need to do that recently, especially since life has gotten to a point where it doesn't really matter anymore. I don't really care if strangers on the internet know about my issues now, as long as it's not people in real life, because they're like the only people that can, actually do something to me. I thought maybe if I played the Minecraft, it would give me something to distract me from. So it would feel like I'm just talking without having to be conscious of the fact that I'm talking about my issues. Because talking about your feelings is a very difficult thing. And I don't think I'm alone in not being able to be vulnerable. But that's not what's bothering me at the moment. It's that life has gotten to a point where everything really seems pointless. All these efforts to become better and improve my own health feel just useless, and nothing seems to really work. And it feels like I reach a dead end every single time. And at some point, my resilience feels more like a taunt than something to actually be proud of. Because just because I'm able to put up with so much bullshit in my life, and I'm able to stay alive for all of it, does that really mean it's worth it? Because at the end of the day, the bullshit isn't coming any less. I'm not feeling any better. My health isn't necessarily getting any better. If anything, I'm just getting more used to it. And at what point is me taking care of myself actually for me and not for the sake of other people's happiness? Am I taking care of myself because you want your friends to be happy? Or am I taking care of myself because I actually want to be happy, and I'm not doing it just because you would like to see your friends happy? At what point is it acceptable for me to be a little selfish? What if I don't want to be better? What if I want to stop trying? What if everything doesn't really seem to work, or seem like it's actually worth my time? What if I just want to stay in bed for 24 hours because going out on walks, talking to friends, and all those tips that you would give the average person doesn't work? At that point, why should I try again if I know it won't do anything? What's the point of if nothing you do changes how much everything hurts, is it not the same to just not do anything at all? Why is it not acceptable for me to just give up? I understand that it hurts to lose someone. And it really hurts my heart to force my friends and family to deal with grief of any sort. But how much can I put up with? How much longer can I keep fighting for not even my own sake? Can my love for my friends even be that strong? To the point where, like, I would force myself to deal with being tired all the time and being hopeless all the time. Just because it would make my friends and family not worry. That's a new sound. I could have sworn wolves don't make that kind of yelp before. Okay. If dog distracting me. I don't know. I think I have some form of depression, which I think seems kind of obvious just from hearing what I'm talking about right now, but saying that and then actually processing that is a little different. Obviously the idea of having depression isn't something I'm happy with. It's something that's really bothering me, actually. But it does explain a lot. It would explain why it feels like everything I do is more of a muscle memory than an actual, emotion from your heart. It would explain why it feels like I don't have motivation to do anything anymore. Or maybe even why I lose my happiness from earlier. If my friend, if I had a really good day with my friends, that feeling goes away almost instantly the moment I get back home and I'm alone again. And I don't know what to do about that, like the fact that I have depression, or could have a form of depression. I could try talking to my parents about it, but I'm too worried about the risk of it going wrong. Because the thing with being mentally ill is that you never know when it could just ruin everything for you. I like this. I like how hidden it is. A little shack in the middle of the woods. I'm like a little witch. But it's scary to not know when your mood can flip from 0 to, well, I guess it's 100 to 0 in this case. But I meant 0 to 100 with how bad your mood will be. Yeah, that makes sense. And if I try to talk to my parents about it and it goes wrong, I am not comfortable with the risk of not knowing what I would do to myself. Because me not getting my parents' support would confirm the fact that it's hopeless for me. Because I am a medicine student, which is one of the, if not the number one major of people who are, think, whether suicidal or depressive or generally have bad mental health because of how much work there is in this major and how much pressure there is working in such a field that depends or other people depend on for their health. And it's not working. Nope, no, it's not. Hold on. If I do this, then there we go. Anyways, being in a major that a lot of people depend on for their health and safety and other things would obviously tip anybody's mental health over the edge. And it's not that I want to die. That's not what's happening here. I feel like that isn't what most suicidal people actually want, at least not for me. I think people who are suicidal are people who want an escape from their problems, and the only way that they can see that happening is by them simply dying, because everything else feels out of reach or impossible. I feel like that sounds really obvious out loud, but we don't want to die, or at least me, I don't want to die. I just want it to stop hurting. I don't know if this is a good idea. I mean, it kind of matches the trees, so I think it's fine. Do I have a nighttime thing on? I do. That explains it. But it is actually nighttime, okay. Why have I not seen any mobs? They're all hiding away from me. Maybe I'm the real mob all along. Me and my big sword. That sounded wrong. Me and my big, weapon. Me and my scary weapon. Let's stop using the word big here. I need to find mobs. Something's wrong here. It feels like I have not seen a single mob in ages. Did I accidentally... Oh, there they are. Alright. I need to kill some of you, I'm sorry. May death be more merciful than man. Not me though. I'd be a very good owner. Animal farm owner. I would treat them with respect. I would never abuse them. And I'll make sure they live a very good life. Not in Minecraft though. In Minecraft, I am a poor soul who needs food. So I attack other poor souls. May the less poor soul survive. Thank you. And I need just one more. Thank you. I can go make a bed. I'll kill you too as well. Oh, look at these salmon. I really like the fish models in Minecraft. They look really silly. They're like waddling around. Don't know where my house is. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Or Mrs. Well, you sure are Mrs. because you're missing all your shots. Oh. Alright. Take a bed here. And we can go to sleep. I need to be going to bed, actually, in real life too. I have morning lectures tomorrow, and they're pretty important lectures. But I was trying to sleep earlier, actually. Oh, was trying to get some sleep, but I just couldn't. I was having too much of a bad mood to really fall asleep. And so I decided to get up from bed and just open up my computer, just start recording this little video of mine. Though I should probably get some sleep at some point. Oh, hello, what the hell? What are you waiting for me at the door? How rude. Anyways, I do have important lectures in the morning, so they're not ones I would want to miss. So I'd probably attend them. I don't think I'd be skipping tomorrow. But it really does depend on my mood. And if my friends are gonna sign for me, because there's attendance for lectures, and I'm not necessarily trying to fail my year. I can't fail. They put too much money into me to fail. I think that's a sentiment a lot of people can share. Or can feel, really, too. Oh, the lighting is all fucked. Forgot I did that. Maybe playing on Lunar was not the best idea already. And that works too. I feel kind of lost when it comes to like relationships or really anything that has to do with emotions. It feels like as a kid I didn't really grow up in such a way that I know how people are like emotionally. And so like it feels like I keep messing up too much when it comes to emotions. And the way I react to me making mistakes is so over the top. It feels like I have such a strong reaction to it, and I just can't help but feel really silly for it, to not use a meaner word. And I don't know if that's something you can really fix in a short amount of time, especially since these things that I've learned were during the childhood years of the creeper. During the childhood years where I was supposed to be developing my healthy habits and stuff. It was such an influential part of my life that the part of your life that kind of sticks with you forever. And because of this emotional disconnection that I feel from everyone else, it makes it feel really hard to be able to connect with other people. It makes me feel like I'm someone who is really hard to deal with on an emotional level. And that realization has made me purposely keep myself away from other people, because I never thought it was really worth it to deal with my lack of emotional intelligence at that point. I'd like to think that I've grown a little more now, and that I am a little more emotionally wise. I know not to be selfish or too selfless, or I know how to act around emotional situations, but it still feels like that I'm still not good enough at it to really be an enjoyable friend on that scale. I feel like I could I couldn't be a good friend to be close with. Even though I would say I do have close friends right now, but it feels like the issues I deal with are so much and so visceral for the average person that it doesn't feel like it feels almost mean or evil to make an average person deal with or listen to my issues, which the average person doesn't deal with. Like, if you went up to a friend and you told them, hey, I struggle with self-harm and suicidal thoughts and I don't really think I want to be alive, that's a lot. And the average person doesn't think things that disturbing, you know? The average person doesn't have thoughts about suicide every day. The average person doesn't struggle. Not like that. Not unless they wouldn't know about it unless they've been on like really chronically online. Well, maybe not too online, but have an online presence, and the average person doesn't. And it feels like I feel so bad telling anybody about my issues because it's just a lot. And I know I can handle it because it's what I've been dealing with for years. But I also am aware of the fact that it's a lot for other people who don't normally deal with things like these. And so, since I know that they can't help as much as they would want to, I just don't see a point in telling them anything. Because now you know about all the pain that I deal with, and you know about how tired I am all the time, and you know about how I hurt myself because I want to feel better, or because I don't feel anything at all. It's nothing but extra weight on you, you know? It's nothing but an extra burden you have to carry when talking to me or thinking about me or interacting with me. You have to keep thinking in the back of your head, this is the same girl who's dealing with all these issues that I can't help with. And if I'm miserable, I would rather be miserable alone. Because even though I might not care about myself, I do really care about other people. And if I had the ability to carry all the sadness and sorrow and other synonyms of the word sad, I would more than love to. I just realized I don't have music on. Let's turn that back on. Anyways, just because you're my friend, I've had this said to me multiple times. I know friends are supposed to be here for each other, and I understand that you, as my friend, would want to know about what I deal with. But if you can't help me, and you can't if you can't help me, and you can't change anything, would it not just hurt you more than it would help you? It just doesn't feel like a logical thing to do. But I say that, and I'm such a hypocrite for it, Because I know I would want to know about my friends' issues. Even if I'm just aware of them, I'd be able to, I don't know, I'd help in the smallest ways, even if it doesn't solve the issue itself. If I could provide even just a distraction from your pain, that'd be awesome. But when I try to use the same logic on myself, it just suddenly does not make any sense at all. I just start thinking they're too busy, or they're wasting their time, or it's not worth it. And it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like, I don't know what I want to say. I haven't really thought this one out. It's not that I don't want to be helped. It's just that I don't feel like I can be helped. And I don't want people to waste their time on an equation that cannot be solved, when they could be spending their time doing something way better for themselves. Because can you imagine how much it would hurt to put in so much effort into someone, and to really try your best to keep someone afloat, just for all your actions not matter at all, for nothing to change, for to have no progress made. It's a really horrible feeling. And I can't help but feel that is what's going to happen if I let people try to help me. It's all my T-stamp skeletons. Get out of here. It just... it feels useless. It all feels really useless. I'm gonna get out. It feels useless to try, it feels useless to ask for help, it feels useless to do anything. Because even after all this time, I'm still the same. I'm still the same 12-year-old who doesn't feel like they're worth anything. I'm still the same person who doesn't feel like they deserve friends who are close to them. It doesn't feel like I have made much progress at all. And it's just like, the one thing I wished for as a kid is now the one thing that's making my life really hard. Because as a kid, I would always wish that I would be of importance to people. That despite who I was hoping that people would actually care about me. Don't know if that picked up. I would hope that people would care about me. And that people would remember me as something more than just a burden. And now that I'm older and I've made all these wonderful friends and gotten closer to people, I can't leave anymore. I don't have a chance to leave anymore. I've kind of chained myself down, and I can't leave because it would hurt too many people. And again, the idea of my friends hurting is just... that's not something I can do to them. Because grief hurts so fucking bad. I can't do that. Not after everything we've gone through. But I'm so tired. I'm really, really tired. And I don't know for how much longer I can keep it up before I just completely act on instinct and no longer on logic. If I caught myself in the middle of the road and I see a car speeding at me, I don't know if I would move out of the way. Because I wouldn't have a chance to think about the logic behind it. People have spent so much time on me and have put in a lot of effort on me to ensure that we are good friends. And it feels like such a waste for me to just die like that. I can't leave them. I can't just go. It's a waste, you know? All that time and effort they put on me, and them just wanting to be good friends with me. I can't disappoint them like that. And who knows, maybe I can stay for a little longer. I'll try anyways. Maybe a miracle will happen. I sound like a lunatic. What am I even hoping for? Nothing else works. And I'm just dying to be selfish for once. I'm gonna die. It feels like I'm making a lot of dying jokes here. I promise it's not on purpose. I'm just a little disoriented. I'm not really focusing on the game. There's my house. Hello. Let's set you up here. Hello, Mr. Spider. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Spider. Sorry, I can't let you into my house. This is for cool people only. And guess what? I'm the coolest person in my single house town, so. Ah, crap. I guess he got me there. I suppose I should try and get some sleep. Or at least go take a shower or something. Just do something else. I don't know if I'll keep this video up on YouTube. Because I don't really know if it's the right move for me. It's risky because I don't know who will see it. But desperate times calls for desperate measures, I suppose. And at this point, if I'm not here anymore, at least it's something people could remember me by.